Bitcoin is going through a rough patch. We have seen its value down by 50% from the high of nearly 64,000. What does it mean for Indian investors? To discuss this more in detail, to give us insights, we have today Avinash Shekhar. He is co-CEO of Zeppe. Welcome Avinash on Crypto Classroom today. Welcome, Avinash. My first question to you is about Bitcoin. Its prices has tanked sharply by 50%. Market capitalization has wiped out by nearly $100 billion. So, how are Indian investors reacting to this massive downfall? Are they still investing, or they are tempting to stay away from the investment right now? What is the behavior of the crypto investors right now? If you can tell us.
Yeah. So actually, thanks first of all, Tina, for inviting me. So what we have seen is that crypto is a relatively new asset class. Okay, and if you look at any long-term behavior, there has been significant amount of volatility which we can attribute to normal business cycle. It's like for Bitcoin, it's like tanking 30, 40, 50%. We have seen many times this happened in past. Especially there was a big run up in last 12 to 15 months. So I think that's the one reason why like some correction is happening, some profit booking is happening, and obviously as I said that it's part of the Bitcoin cycle, which most of the people who are into crypto they know about it. If you look at last 4-5 years, we have seen similar cycles multiple times.
Right, we have seen this cycle multiple times, but to average out this volatility, there is something called SIP. So Zappay has recently launched an app through which you can do SIP in crypto as well. So if you can tell us what is this SIP all about, how does it work?
Yeah. So there are two aspects to systematic investment. I mean, obviously, everyone knows about systematic investment plans. We do it in shares, we do it in mutual funds. So the idea is that people can or the customers can know about crypto with at least less like 100 rupees. They can invest, let's say, every week, every month. And once you have invested a small amount in crypto, and you're investing every week or every month, you are doing a what we call it dollar cost average or rupee cost average, where you don't have to look at the price. Like I said, that volatility is high. So you don't have to look at the price. You can invest at a lower price. You can invest at a higher price. Over a period of years, 2-3 years, you will have a good portfolio. Second thing is that when you start investing in something, another thing happens, which is education. Which if you've invested even 500 or 1,000 rupees in something, you try to learn about it. You try to educate yourself about it, and that's, I think, the second aspect is our main objective is to tell about crypto to the customer, to educate them. What are the we believe it's like technology of the century, so to say. It's bigger than internet, and but we need to understand, the customer needs to understand this technology to have the conviction to stay invested. As you said that prices have tanked 50%. So do you have the conviction to stay invested with this or not? That will come with education, and that will come with if you have invested small amount. If you have invested like 90% of your asset and the asset tanks like 50%, 60%, then it is very, very difficult to have that conviction.
Right. You have also launched a lending platform. I also want to talk about this, where one can earn interest on the crypto balance one is having. So supposedly, if I am having, let's say, a crypto balance of 1 lakh on your platform, how does it work? How can I lend it to you, and how much interest can I earn it back? When I get my crypto back, will it be on the market value? If you could tell our viewers how it's all work.
Yeah. So what we realize is that a large part of our customers are what we call hodlers. which means that they bought crypto 4 years, 5 years back, 3 years back, and they obviously don't want to sell. So that's why we introduced this product on lending side, where you can, while holding your crypto, you can invest. You can basically earn some kind of rewards or some kind of returns on those crypto. So, for example, if you have one Bitcoin, okay, and one Bitcoin right now looks like 25 lakh rupees, $30,000, but if someone invested in one Bitcoin like 15 months back at 2.5, 3 lakh, 4 lakh rupees, and they want to earn some kind of reward on that. So we basically gives those incentives to the customer to hold their cryptos for a long period of time. Don't trade in that. The options which we have is open terms, for example, and up to 90 days. So for example, you can lock in your crypto for 90 days or 30 days, depending on your comfort, and you'll earn reward in that crypto only. So if you're lending Bitcoin, you will earn reward or incentive in Bitcoin only, not in INR basically. So that's the concept basically. Basically for the hodlers who invest for long term.
So when I take my when I repay my loan back, it will be based on Bitcoin value at that point of time, right? Is it? It will work that way.
Yes, you will get in Bitcoin only. So let's say if theoretically speaking, I mean, obviously don't offer so much interest, but let's say just for calculation purpose, if we are getting 4% per annum return, and let's say you have given us for 90 days, which is like 1% for 90 days. So, and if you have invested one Bitcoin, you will get 1.01 Bitcoin back after 90 days. Whatever is the price at that point of time, price may be higher or lower, but you'll get 1.01 Bitcoin.
Talking about this higher or lower price in Bitcoin, given the volatility it has, what is the reason for such high volatility in Bitcoin, and particularly what has led to such a sharp fall in Bitcoin this time?
Yeah, so I think one of the trigger was obviously China again. They have banned Bitcoin nth time, I think. Almost every year they ban Bitcoin. So that was one of the trigger. But I think the larger point was that the asset class itself, the nature is that it's only 10 years old asset class. Okay, and especially in last 15 months, if you look at last March last year, the price was around $5,000. Okay, it went up to $65,000, almost like 13 times versus last 15 months. So obviously there was some profit booking, some correction, which was in any case due, and China ban in a way proved a catalyst or a trigger for that correction.
Right. So also want to know about if I am a stock market investor, I know there is P/E ratio to track how the stock is undervalued or overvalued. But when it comes to crypto, I don't have any such benchmarks where I can trace the movement of the cryptocurrency. So are they, or we don't know about such about such ratios or benchmarks which can help us in tracking or trace the movement of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency to say?
Yeah. So you have to look at 2-3 things. One is that I think crypto as of now, you have to compare it with a startup, not a share which is listed on the stock exchange. Okay, it's a startup. We are building an infrastructure which is maybe bigger than internet. Okay, we are at that stage of building the infrastructure. Next few years we'll see lots of layer 2 technologies which will be built on Bitcoin infrastructure. Another parameter to look at is that for example, Ethereum, if you look at the amount of transactions which are happening on Ethereum network right now is higher than some of the biggest payment companies in the world. Okay, and those transactions are happening right now. So what I believe is that all those valuation parameters will come in next few years. There is lots of innovation happening right now. So some of the P is, as you said, that P multiples and all that may not be applicable to crypto as of now, but those things will emerge, I think, in some time.
Also want to come to this current status of cryptocurrency exchanges where banks are not dealing with exchanges because even though RBI has said that Supreme Court ruling is the paramount thing and one should follow it, but still we have seen that banks are a bit reluctant when it comes to tying up with exchanges. So do you think it's an indicator of things to come and the government may tighten the noose further when it comes to when it comes to crypto exchanges?
Yeah. So I think we are as of now in a situation where we believe at least that the government is contemplating some regulation, and there should be some contemplating some regulations. If you look at any new technology which has come up in last 5-10 years in India, technological innovations happens obviously first, and the regulation comes later. This we have seen in multiple industries, for example, e-commerce, P2P lending. So those we are actually approaching that stage. What we believe, government, finance minister, and earlier Mr. Anurag Thakur had on multiple occasions said that they will take some calibrated approach as far as crypto is concerned. So we believe regulation will be a good thing for the industry. And in this process, what we believe is that the players who are genuine players, who are good players, they will benefit, and players who are on slightly wrong side of the industry, they will suffer. So, which obviously it will have an overall beneficial impact on the industry, I believe.
You also mentioned about China that it banning it every year, but this time when China has banned mining, do you think it's very it can be a bad news for Indian investors and Indian market as such?
So I don't think so. Actually, there is a saying, obviously, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And I don't think. I mean, obviously, it has a negative impact apparently on the crypto industry, China ban.
So this was Avinash Shekhar from Zepay. He gave us key takeaways that China is one of the leading reasons for the downfall in the crypto market. But going forward, Bitcoin is known to be a volatile cryptocurrency, and going forward from here in the long term, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies should give us a good return. With this, SIP is one of the methods to invest in cryptocurrencies. Zepay through its app is giving us SIP in Bitcoin and Ethereum. One can go and find out the details through the app, how it is done. Thank you again for watching us, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube channel and follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for being on Money9.